Believe it or not, we had a black bear. Actually, we had two black bears in this property here. And not one of them had gave us any problems. They actually went on their way without incident. And I can tell you right now, as long as you do not interact with these animals, if you do not leave food out, if you don't go around the cubs, you'll do fine. Now, I understand some people are from the city. They're not used to these bear scares here in the community of West Porters Lake, which is normal. But not everybody is educated on wild animals, because that is essentially what a bear is. It's a wild animal. And I gotta say is, as long as you remain calm, educated, you'll do fine. What you should do if you come across a bear, make yourself noticeable. Make yourself loud. Make yourself noticeable to them, because the bear will run away from you. I wouldn't do that in front of the cubs, because the cubs will come up to you. That's the problem with a black bear with a cubs, because the cubs are liable to come up to you. They want to smell you. They want to investigate you. And when that cub comes up to you and investigates you, that's when the mother bear comes at you full force. They're about 400 or 500 pounds, and it's not a good turnout. And I gotta say is, this is not the first bear scare that West Porters Lake had, because I can tell you right now, we had a bear scare in this property. Believe it or not, right where those chairs are, we had a black bear laying down at night. I drove up the driveway here one night. I got out of my car and I went in the house. I got my flashlight and I shined on this big black object in my middle of a grass here. It turned out to be a black bear. The black bear actually gave me time to get out of my car, go in my house, get my flashlight, and he was still there when I got back and I shined the light on him. Didn't do anything. But this is not the first time when the community of Porters Lake had a bear scare within this community. 2 years ago, I was walking down the road here at night. I came across these two large black objects at night. Because as that night, if you know how to look, see at night, you'll notice objects moving. And I came across these two large objects in front of me, hovering closer, trying to investigate. So I backed off. I used my flashlight. Two black bears standing in front of me. They didn't do nothing. That's most likely because there was no cubs around. Probably been a different story if there was a cub around. So what I gotta say is, you can reduce your risks of having an encounter of a bear in your yard by putting your green bin inside your shed if you have a shed. And if you have any green bins, use one of these bungee cord to clamp down the lid on your green bin so they can't get into it. Raccoons are quite shady. They're quite intelligent. A black bear, unfortunately, they're a lot smarter than a raccoon. But I can tell you right now, from the feedback what I'd seen on social media, it didn't look too promising that the community of Porters Lake was ready for this once again. As I said, this is not the first time when the community of West Porters Lake Road had ever had a bear scare. They had it many times in the past. I encountered it 3 times myself. I can tell you right now, in this yard, right where those chairs are, I came home with my car one night. I drove my car up the driveway and I parked. And I came from my car into my house. The bear actually let me get out of my car, go in my house, grab my flashlight. Before I realized it was a bear, I grabbed my flashlight and I shined down on the bear. Lo and behold, there was a black bear laying down on his stomach, just sleeping nonetheless. When I shined that light on the bear, it scared the shit out of me, no questions asked. Back then, I wasn't educated enough on black bears, and they're more scared of you than what you're scared of them, believe it or not. They'll run a lot faster away. They'll actually run away from you. But if you're around their cubs, you're in trouble. And that's what's wrong this time with Porters Lake, West Porters Lake. Not only is there a bear at large, but it's a mother bear with her cubs. And when that happens, you got to use extra caution, because what happens is the bear cubs will come up to you. They want to investigate. They want to smell you. They want to get your scent. And they'll hang around you above all. And that's the scary part, because when that happens, I guarantee you, you may not see the mother bear, But the mother bear has her eyes on you long before you ever see her. She may be hidden. She's most likely in the woods someplace, but I guarantee you, her eyes are on her. What you can do to avoid it is by staying far away as humanly possible away from a bear or the bear cubs here. Stay away from them humanly possible, far enough so they don't get curious. They don't want to come up to you, just so that they don't get interested. They want to come up to you. So what I would educate you to do is stay away from them as far as is possible. If you can do that, you're doing better for yourself. And I can tell you right now, if a mother bear comes at you, I'm tell you right now, they're about 400 pounds, maybe 500. When that hits you, it's not a good turnout for you, put it this way. And I can tell you right now, with a mother bear with her cubs, when they come up to you, it's not very good for you. So my best advice for you to do is remain calm, stay away from them as much as you possibly can, and just get yourself out of harm's way. But if you come across a bear by yourself, chances are the bear's going to run away from you. They'll look at you, because what you got to do is, if you got an air horn, which you probably won't, because chances of having something like that on you slim. If you have something that's loud, like a firecracker, if you make yourself noticeable, you holler, you scream at them, chances are the bear's going to run away. And that's increasing your odds of survival, trust me. But like I said, if you have one of these things here for your green bin, for the lid on your green bin, trust me when I tell you, use it. They'll keep the wildlife away from opening up your lid on your green bin so they don't get in it. And I got to say is, remain calm. Use your brains over, before you lash out. Don't do something stupid where the bear will come at you. And I'm going to tell you right now, like I said in this video, this is not the first time when the community of West Porters Lake had a bear at large out in this community. I came across, I don't know how many times, a black bear, many a times. I was walking down the road here, and I was at night. If you know how to look at night, you can see things at night if you know what you're doing. I came across these two big black distortions moving at night. And I was out for my walk like I usually do. People will see me. But these two distortions were hovering around you a little too close. And I was about from here to my camera, put it this way. But I backed off. Then I turned on my flashlight. Two black bears standing in front of me. I would assume male and female. Could have been two females, all I know. I walked away. They didn't even bother with me. That was my second bear encounter. My third bear encounter, I was back the old Mines Road, fishing. By myself, I had my rod in the brook, looking, and I seen these two big animals jumping out of the water. I thought it would have been a whale. Now it looks like something like a whale jumping out and right in. I said, well, there will be no whales in the middle of the woods, in the back of the old Mines Road, in a brook. So I looked again. Two black bear cubs jumping in and out of the water. Mother bear nose in sight, so I reeled my line in. I disconnected my fishing line, and I got the hell out of there. Even though I didn't see the mother bear, I guarantee you, her eyes were on me the whole time. I didn't see her because she's in the woods. And that's the best thing what you can do. If you spot something like that before they spot you, do what I did. Pack your business up and leave as soon as you can. Don't startle them. Try to make yourself not noticeable. And that's what I did. But my concern right now here is the community of West Porters Lake. From the feedback, what I've seen on social media, is the lack of education of wildlife. Because what we have here now in West Porters Lake is people moving in from the city thinking they know what they're doing when really they don't have a bloody clue at all. Encountering actual wildlife for the first time in their lives. A raccoon won't bother you. A coyote won't bother you. If you go around their cubs, if you encounter a coyote, if you go around their cubs, the result is the exact same result if you come across a black bear with her cubs. Same turnout. But other than that, a coyote will leave you alone. Same thing with black bears. But so the only thing I can say to the community here is remain safe. Use your bungee cords on your green bins. lock up your green bins. If you put your green bin in a shed, put it in a shed. If you got any garbage hanging around outside that shouldn't be there, collect it, put it in your garbage inside your house or in your shed. You should do fine. If you have any pets, you may want to bring them in for the night, if you know what I mean. If you have them out during the daytime, sort of keep an eye on them. Just use extra security for the time being until the threat passes. Is the DNR out to look on the search for this black bear and their cubs? I don't know. Did the community report it? I don't know again. You can call the DNR if you want, but I don't know if somebody called them. So that's what I have to say about this. Just remain safe and do what I told you, and you should do fine.